So we are going to be looking at mineral groups. So you are going to go to the post that says 910 mineral groups. We have the link for the reading. We have the practice questions that you will do, and we have the email where you will turn them in. So mineral groups, like minerals, is another section with a lot of information. So just make sure you take your time and do your assignment right the first time. So mineralogists, these are people who study minerals. So they divide minerals into groups based on chemical composition, so what the minerals are made up of. So there are over 4,000 minerals. So the way to make it simpler to find them is to put them into groups. So silicate minerals are the largest mineral group. Okay, they know about 1,000 silicate minerals. They're very common and they make up over 90% of the Earth's crust. So silicates contain silicon atoms and oxygen atoms. One silicon is bonded to 4 oxygen atoms and they form this tetrahedron shape right here. All right, so the silica tetrahedron is going to be the building block of silicate minerals. Most silicates are going to contain other elements as well, so they might contain calcium, iron, or magnesium. So silicate minerals are going to be divided even further into 6 smaller groups, and it's based on how their pyramids join together. The pyramids can stand alone. They can form rings. Some pyramids can make single and double chains, and others can form sheets. So feldspar and quartz are the 2 most common silicates. Native elements are going to be ones that are formed from only one type of atom. So these are gold, silver, sulfur, and diamond. Carbonates contain carbon, and they specifically contain a carbon atom bonded to 3 oxygen atoms. Some carbonates include other elements such as calcium, iron, and copper. Carbonate minerals are often found where seas once covered the land. So, and some carbonate minerals are very common. Okay. Halides are salts. So halides form when salt water evaporates, and it's more than just table salt. So halide minerals contain fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. There's a whole group on the periodic table of elements for chemistry that is halides. All right. And oxides. So oxides contain 1 or 2 metals combined with oxygen. Okay. Let's see here. Phosphates have a very similar structure to silicates. In phosphates, you have an atom of phosphorus, arsenic, or vanadium bonded to oxygen. There are many types of phosphate minerals, but phosphate minerals are going to be pretty rare. And phosphate minerals, they're also going to be very complex as far as their composition. Sulfate, these are sulfur atoms bonded to oxygen atoms. And like halides, they can form in places where salt water evaporates. Okay. Common sulfate is gypsum that you've probably heard of. Gypsum can be found in various forms, but it is a very soft mineral. Sulfides. Sulfides, you need to make sure Sulfides are different from sulfates because sulfides do not contain oxygen. Sulfates contain oxygen. All right, so those are all the groups. I just kind of went over them in general, so make sure you read about them and do your questions and turn them into me.